Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about why your rabbit may not be breeding, either male or female. The first point to look at is age. How old is your rabbit? Before you start complaining of my rabbit is not producing, my rabbit doesn't want to breed. If it's a male, does it show that it's mature? Like, if you flip it or if you look between the hind legs, do you see a descended sac? Like the sac must be descended, the sac for the tests. Is it visible enough, or do you have to look for it before you try to breed this rabbit? Female rabbits reach maturity at 5 months, while male rabbits reach maturity at 6 months. So this also depends on the breed. These local breeds grow very fast. These local breeds, these small breeds, they grow very fast. You may find these people with giants, their females may reach maturity at 6 or even 7, and the males may reach 9 or 10 to start breeding. So this also depends on the breed, right? Check your breed, know your breed, and know exactly how old your rabbit is before you start forcing it to breed or saying it doesn't breed. Although there are some rabbits that are sterile or infertile, no matter what you do, it won't breed. You can have it for a year and it would still not breed. So that also happens. Although that one I normally see it in females, I've never encountered a male that has really grown but can't breed. But I've encountered a female 7 months old and it's not breeding. So just make sure you know the exact age and you know the breed that you have. Another point to look at is weight. The biggest breeding problem is caused by being over or underweight in both males and females, bucks and does. A rabbit that is underweight may be physically incapable of breeding, and a rabbit that is overweight may show no interest in breeding or may have issues getting pregnant if mating happened. So you have to watch your rabbit. Normally on my farm, my breeding stock, it's a bit differently. They have a slightly different diet from other rabbits. Now, it depends on which rabbits you have, all right, and why you're breeding your rabbits. If you are a breeder, if you're going to sell breeders, you cannot sell breeders that are overweight. Farmers who have experience, you know that you may have your female and you're having issues breeding it, but it's fat. And you finally give up and you're like, all right, let's cull the rabbit, only to find it very fatty inside. Seriously, you know that is if you didn't know, then you should know. That was the reason that your rabbit couldn't breed. Don't overfeed your breeding stock. Don't make them obese. They will not do their job. Keep them on a strict diet. Keep them healthy. Make sure they are healthy, of course, because we've said underweight, they may be physically incapable. So establish a weight that you want and make sure that you have a diet that can fit in this weight that you want. Give your rabbits enough food, but don't overfeed them. All right? Fruits are not so good for rabbits. They have too much sugar, and sugar is normally turned into fats. If you overfeed your rabbits fruits, they will get fat. They will be fatty inside and they will not do their job. Even if it's a meat rabbit or meat rabbits, don't overfeed them to make them fat. Because people who eat rabbit meat know that this meat is lean. They will not love eating a rabbit that is very, very fatty. The rabbit is supposed to be lean, have some bit of fat, but not too fatty. If you're feeding your breeding stock, make sure they are in, you weigh them and make sure they are healthy, but not overweight, because you will have issues. And make sure they are not underweight, because that means they are not healthy. Another issue, this one goes mainly to the birds. Temperatures above 85 degrees Fahrenheit may cause a rabbit to be sterile. It may be temporary, but it may last for up to 3 months when a rabbit is still not being able to produce. So make sure that you keep your rabbits in a cool environment. Your breeding stock, your breeding males, make sure that you keep them in a cool place. Another point is frequency. Females on a more intensive breeding program, that is about 5 liters per year, will be productive for less years compared to those that are bred fewer times. Those that are, if you breed them fewer, like 3 times, they will breed for longer. But then, if you're doing this for as a business and you're not breeding just your pet at home, definitely you would go for about 5 liters per year, at least 5 liters per year. Because also we don't need to keep our breeding female for over about 2 years. I probably cannot keep mine for over 2 years. By that time, I would have got a substitute among the females, the female rabbits that I keep getting from this rabbit. I would have already got another one that is going to success this one, so that is going to replace this one. So after like 2 years at most, I would definitely have to retire the rabbit, because what we want is high productivity. We don't need to keep this rabbit around for long. And when used for intensive breeding programs, keep 1 doe per at least 5 females. Some recommend 10 females, but I normally do 5 females so that I don't overwork the male, so that I keep this male healthy for whenever I need it. Also, if you've noticed, those who have experience in this rabbit farming, you've noticed that those that are bred frequently tend to gain weight. So keep that in mind too as you breed your rabbits, okay? You just watch the rabbit and just watch the diet and know when to rest, because these rabbits can also be rested. Know when to rest. If you see that your rabbit is gaining weight, if maybe you've been breeding it frequently, because some rabbits are really interesting and they are good mothers, they don't disturb while breeding, so you tend to want to breed them all the time. But then if you see that it's starting to gain weight because of overbreeding, because you may be giving it the same amount of food as the other breeding females, but then it's gaining more weight, then first rest it a bit, okay? Rest it a bit and try to calm the weight down a bit by regulating the diet. Also, if you've noticed, rabbits that are females that are bred more frequently tend to be more willing to breed, to rebreed. They are more willing to rebreed than those ones that are not frequently bred. I guess this because the other ones are used to it, so they know. Also, I've realized that in animals know one thing. Their role on this planet is to breed. That's why if a male rabbit will do anything it can to get to the female, and it will even fight off any competitors just to be able to breed. Normally, from these people who have free range, they normally have that alpha male, the one that breeds most of the rabbits. It doesn't get to be alpha by just relaxing. You find that rabbit is very tough. It fights. All these young males, they grow up seeing it and they know that, oh, you don't mess with that one. They only breed when they have a chance. So animals know that's their role, to breed. So even females, because I've noticed that a rabbit will be more willing to breed if you breed it a few days after it has given birth than if you breed it a month later or more days later. I've seen that, but that one affects the litter size in number and in size. Like it may give birth to tiny rabbits if you breed it like 3 days after giving birth. It will give birth to fewer rabbits. It may give you 3 babies. Yet this rabbit is average is normally at least 6, but then it gives you 3. Or it may give you 5 and above, but really small as baby rats. But they are more willing, I've seen it, they are really, really more willing to give birth when they've just given birth. I think it's nature. But don't practice that. If you're a farmer doing commercial rabbit farming, you cannot practice that thing of breeding your rabbit after 3 days. Give the uterus some time to rest, at least 2 weeks. Some do 10 days or a week. I normally do at least 2 weeks. Then I rebreed the rabbit. Also, health. Like if a rabbit is sick, it will not breed, male or female. So make sure the rabbit you're breeding is really, really healthy. If it's healthy, then you cross that off the list and then you find out why it did not breed. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with friends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.